Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. Recently, I uploaded a video on how to crochet the Marshall Paw Patrol hat, and today I'm going to show you on how to crochet Skye, which is another character. And this hat fits a 3-year-old and possibly also fits a 5-year-old. For this project, you'll need acrylic yarns, a 5 and a 6mm hook, a pair of scissors, yarn needle, and stitch markers. This is my crochet ring. With this, I could crochet for hours without putting down my hook. It is to help ease the pain on the finger so that the yarn is not pulling the finger, and I highly recommend it if you crochet a lot. I'll have the link in the description box along with the materials. Alright, let's get started. To start off with the hat, I'm using 2 strings of yarn. Because of where I am, it could get down to -20 in the winter, so I definitely would like to keep the hat warm. So let's begin with a 6mm hook and make a magic circle. To begin round 1, 2 chains. 1, 2. From here, place 10 double crochet into the magic circle. That's yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. Again, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now that we have 10 double crochet, pull the tail to close the circle. To begin round 2, slip stitch into the first stitch. Two chains. 1, 2. In the same stitch, place 2 double crochet. 1, 2. In the next stitch, also place 2 double crochet. 1, 2. So for this round, place 2 double crochet into every stitch. By the end of the round, there will be 20 stitches, and I meet you on round 3. To begin round 3, slip stitch into the first stitch. 2 chains. 1, 2. In the same stitch, place 1 double crochet. On the next stitch is an increase, so place 2 double crochet. 1, 2. 1 double crochet, increase, so 2 double crochet in this stitch, and repeat this all around. By the end of the round, there will be 30 stitches, and I meet you on round 4. To begin round 4, slip stitch into the first stitch. 2 chains. 1, 2. On this round, place a double crochet into 2 stitches. 1, 2. On the next stitch, increase. So 2 double crochet in this stitch. And the repeat for this round is place a double crochet into 2 stitches. Then increase. And by the end of the round, there will be 40 stitches. And I meet you on round 5. To begin round 5, slip stitch, 2 chains. Place a double crochet into 3 stitches. One, 2, 3. Increase. And this is a repeat. Double crochet into 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Increase on the next stitch. And by the end of the round, there will be 50 stitches. And I meet you on round 6. To begin round 6, slip stitch into the first stitch. 2 chains. Double crochet into 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then increase. Repeat this all around. By the end of the round, there will be 55 stitches. And I meet you on round 7. This is an easy round. Firstly, slip stitch into the first stitch to join. 2 chains. Then place a double crochet into every stitch for 2 rounds. By the end of the round, we still have 55 stitches, and I meet you at the end of round 8. At the end of round 8, slip stitch, 1 chain, and cut yarn. For the next round is a color changing round. Insert the white color into the same stitch or where we just joined the round. Tie a knot. Insert your hook, pull through the working yarn, 2 chains to begin. On this round, place a double crochet into every stitch. And by the end of the round, we still have the same number of stitches of 55. And I meet you at the end of the round. At the end of round 9, slip stitch, 1 chain, and cut yarn. Round 10 is another color changing round, so insert the new working yarn into the same stitch or where we just joined the round. Tie a knot, 2 chains to begin. On this round, place a double crochet into every stitch for 2 rounds. And I meet you at the end of round 11. At the end of round 11, out of your last stitch, cut yarn, and join the round with the help of a yarn needle. Insert into the first stitch, then insert into the back loop of the previous stitch. And this will give you a nice finishing look. Lastly, fasten off the tail. The next part of the pattern is to make the ear flaps, and I already have the markers in place. I used the total number of stitches divided by 4, and this gave me the idea of how far the spacing should be. From this point to this point is 14 stitches. From this point to this point is 13 stitches, 15 stitches, and again 13 stitches. And this is where I join the hat, and make sure you will have this as the back. To begin the ear flap, I'm still using 2 strings of yarn with a 6mm hook, and I'm starting from this point. Insert the new working yarn, tie a knot, pull through, and 2 chains. Double crochet into 13 stitches, and this will bring me to the next marker. After 13 stitches, and to begin the next round, 2 chains, 1, 2, and turn. Decrease on the first stitch. So double crochet these 2 together. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, insert into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. With 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 3 loops. Double crochet, double crochet into every stitch until the last 2 stitches. On the last 2 stitches, double crochet these 2 together. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 3 loops. And now I have 11 stitches for this round. And to begin the next round, 2 chains, and turn. This is a repeat of the last round. Double crochet the first 2 stitches together. Then double crochet into every stitch until the last 2 stitches. On the last 2 stitches, make a decrease, so double crochet 2 together. And repeat this round. Each round, we are down by 2 stitches, and I meet you until there are 3 stitches left. So I did 6 rounds, and I got down to 3 stitches. From here, 1 chain, and turn. Slip stitch into the first stitch. Slip stitch into the next stitch. 1 chain. Leave a long tail that's about 15 inches or longer if you want, then cut yarn. Repeat this on the other side to make another ear flap. The next step is to insert a lighter pink yarn right at the tip of the ear flap. Pull through the new working yarn. Make sure the tail is also about 15 inches long. You can tie a knot here if you want, but I skipped this one out. Just pull through 1 chain. single crochet on the next stitch. Then place a single crochet around the hat, all the way around. There's no stitch or where to place a stitch on the side, so try your best to keep your stitches even. And I meet you back here. After placing a single crochet all around, and we are back to the tip of the ear flap. From here, slip stitch, one chain, and pull up the yarn. And to leave a long tail, that's about 15 inches before cutting. Cut up to about 10 pieces of yarn, that's about 30 inches long, and pull through from the second stitch of the ear flap. Once you have them organized, separate them into 3 groups and start braiding them. To hold it together, I took 3 pieces of yarn, went around once, twice, and took another 3 pieces of yarn, tie a knot, and tie a knot on the other side. With this hanging out on the side, it doesn't look nice. Use a yarn needle to bring them through the center. To make the ears, I'm using 1 string of yarn and a 5mm hook. Start with a major circle. 2 chains. Place 12 double crochet into the major circle. Round 2, place 2 double crochet into every stitch. By the end of the round, there will be 24 stitches. And I meet you on round 3. To begin round 3, slip stitch into the first stitch. 2 chains. Place a double crochet into every stitch. And we are doing this for 5 rounds. By the end of each round, there will still be 24 stitches, and I meet you on round 8. To begin round 8, slip stitch, 2 chains. Place a double crochet into 4 stitches. Decrease. So double crochet these 2 together. So the repeat for this round is double crochet into 4 stitches. Decrease. And by the end of the round, there will be 20 stitches, and I meet you on round 9. To begin round 9, slip stitch into the first stitch. 2 chains. On this round, place a double crochet into 3 stitches. Decrease. Double crochet 2 together. The repeat for this round is double crochet into 3 stitches. Then decrease. By the end of the round, there will be 16 stitches, and I meet you on round 10. To begin round 10, slip stitch into the first stitch. 2 chains. Place a double crochet into 2 stitches. Decrease. The repeat is double crochet into 2 stitches. Decrease. By the end of the round, there will be 12 stitches, and I meet you on round 11. On round 11, slip stitch into the first stitch. Flatten the ear and slip stitch 2 layers together. One chain, cut yarn, make sure to leave a long tail. The last part of the pattern is a goggle, and there are 2 parts for it. And to begin, and start with a magic circle with gray color and with a 5mm hook. For round 1, 2 chains. Then place 10 double crochet into the magic circle. On round 2, place 2 double crochet into every stitch. By the end of the round, there will be 20 stitches, and I meet you at the end of the round. At the end of the round, slip stitch, 1 chain, and cut yarn. Round 3 is to insert a new color. Insert the new color into the seam stitch of where we just joined the round. Tie a knot. One chain to begin. Place a single crochet into the seam stitch. In the next stitch, place 2 single crochet. 1 and 1 more into the same stitch. Single crochet, increase, so 2 single crochet, and that's the repeat. Repeat this all around. By the end of the round, there will be 30 stitches, and I meet you at the end of round 3. At the end of round 3, slip stitch into the first stitch and place a marker on the stitch. Slip stitch into every stitch all around. Cut yarn at the end of the round. Make sure to leave a long tail for stitching. Repeat this and make another one. Second part of the goggle begins with a slip knot and make a chain. Make sure the chain is long enough to go around the hat. My chain is 78. Once you have the chain made, make sure your chain is not twisted. Then slip stitch into the first chain to join. And I'm joining into the bump on the back of the chain, which is this one over here. So slip stitch, 2 chains. Then place a double crochet all around for 2 rounds. After 2 rounds of double crochet, slip stitch to join, 1 chain. Leave a long tail before cutting. Once you have all the pieces, then it's time to stitch everything onto the hat. The ears I stitch between round 3 and round 4 from the top of the hat and have them line up with the ear flaps. The goggle is stitched all around, so it provides a 3D look. I hope you liked today's project. Thank you for watching. Please comment below to let me know. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and the notification bell. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!